in your life who are just sitting around doing nothing. Avoid such people at all costs. That doesn't imply that you are away from your family members who never do anything. I'm a dreamer's follower. Get away from the family members who have never been anywhere else but to the family reunion. They've never been to the beach before. They've never left their city, never left their state, and never left their country. Avoid them at all costs. God will put an enemy in your life from time to time to keep you stirred up. Critics, doubters, discouragers, and even haters will be allowed. So when you are tired and thinking of giving up, you will keep pressing forward and shaking it off because you enjoy it. But not out of spite or pride, but because you don't want to give your enemies the pleasure of shooting your defeat. The negative is used by God to keep on starting new things. Invisibility is the worst feeling in the world. When you are at your best and it goes unnoticed, it is difficult to want to keep doing it. You feel unseen even by the people whom you desire the most attention and approval. In order to receive from people, it can create a compulsion in your life to start doing things that are not even really consistent with your character. A confirmation that can't be removed as easily as it was given. Don't be caught up in all that fake love, and don't be caught up in all these new fashion phones. Smile your hopes out as the "I love you" grass snakes. A mile away, you can hear him coming. Some of you appear to be blinded by him, smelling, sniffing. The so-called fringe, he is just here. So you want everything right? Great. A tragic story. When you are up, everyone is in the car with you. But when you are down, nobody is in the car with you. And the company you keep means your cycle of friends. It's an indication of who you are and who you are becoming. I'll tell you who you are if you show me your friends, because that is exactly right. Surrounding yourself with the right people will shape your future. Check your cycle. Someone says, who you align yourself with is very important, because wise, by walking with the wise, harm is suffered by a companion of fools. That is great news. Get around wise people today if you don't have any. Take a look at the second part. A companion of fools suffers. It actually says, have you ever thought about it? All of your friends are fools, which is why you are always in jail. If all your friends come to you with problems, it means they see something in you. You are balanced in state now, but remember this: if you are the smartest person in your group, you need to join a new group. I have the feeling that I need to write down some of my enemies. If it wasn't for the fact that they were against me, I don't think I would have turned it off. I would have given up sooner if they hadn't made fun of me. I wouldn't have had what it takes if they hadn't told me I couldn't do it. I may have been comfortable and settled. Their opposition pushed me home many times. Wherever I was, God will catapult you to success more than your friends by using your enemies. You spend your life on stage, it will kill you. And you think to yourself, I'm good, I'm not going to preach, and I'm not a vocalist. It is the feeling we get when we start offering ourselves in a more impressive form to people. But it's not authentic that we are the mode we are all tempted to get into. When we try to bring a version of ourselves to a situation that we think will make an impression of us, here is how. If you know someone is your friend and you can tell them bad news and they will listen but not tell you why, then you know you are stupid and why that bad thing happened to you. And they aren't helpful to you and they aren't helpful to themselves. You need to be surrounded by people who want the best of you. And that is a great way to decide who you should have in your life. Do not be angry with the person at the trade. They did not set you back when they walked away. They set you up for the fullness of your destiny. It is time to push you down if they lied about you. It may not have been a finger that was overlooked, but if God allowed it, He knows how to use it for your good. Do not be deceived. So it is like, don't like, and don't sit and be like. This, I believe, is what's going on. No way this could be what's going on. Do you have to come up with theories on your own? Bad companies and corrupt people are not to be mixed. Overflow with good characters. Have you ever thought about why you've never been able to complete anything you've started? It is not due to the fact that you are not gifted. It is not due to your lack of talent. The reason you can't complete is because you are characterless. Every time you leave, you do not have the stuff to complete. The only way for them to get rid of your bad character is if you agree to join a covenant. You are going to start getting some good character the moment you remove that company. You must upgrade your friends. If someone says, check it out, nothing is wrong with it. You need to upgrade the people in your life. But if you are the smartest person in your group, you need to join a new one. You cannot be the group's go-to person. Do not be concerned. You can earn a lot of money if you have the ability to solve problems all the time. You should know that in this country, people pay for expertise. You can make $1 million right now in North America if you are an expert at something. If you want to be an expert at something, there is something inside you telling you that you are not. And because you feel like you are not enough, you start doing all this stuff to prove you are not. The problem is that the people you are trying to prove it to are not even listening because they are too busy trying to prove it to someone else who isn't listening to the other person. We are all posting and proving now, but we are dying on the inside. You must know the places where you are not allowed to go, whether on your phone or in your mind, because there are some places you must avoid. Our goals are different, because if you go, it will kill your happiness. Your contentment will be killed by it. It's going to kill your sanity as well as you. I'm not sure how many times I can say this in different ways. So many of us need to learn and act like we got along in order for you to have your friends, family, relationship, and make sure you pay close attention to your company's cycle that you keep, because when you need them the most, I promise you, they will turn their back on you. You must find a free group and know in your heart of hearts that if you fall down, they are always ready to pull you up. I always tell people, show me your crowd and I will show you your future. Look at your cell phone to find out where you are. As your cell phone will tell you, and your cell phone will tell you who you spend your time talking to. You cannot expect to see if you surround yourself with blindness. You are a prejudice because you run around with prejudiced people. You are arrogant because you run around with arrogant people. You cannot run with packs of angry women and expect to be happy and fulfilled. And you cannot hang out with a bunch of defeated, no vision men and expect to be an overcomer. You are the people you surround yourself with. You are down due to the fact that everyone around you is down. Being down has turned into a normal experience. But what makes it even worse is when you are down and can still see. Because a man in his down stage has no fear of falling. I beg of you, men, to leave these people because they are not for you. This is an extremely important one. Find new friends if you are not in the mood. I'm truly enthusiastic about this. This is an extremely large project for me. Who you choose to spend your time with is very important. Isn't that correct? We've had everything the 5 friends you spend time with have to say. Like it's real. Out in the bank. That is the one. If you are not in the mood, go to meetup.com and attend 10 meetups with people who are really hungry. What happened to me when I entered the Silicon Valley world and started meeting people like Mark Zuckerberg, F. Williams, and Travis was unbelievable, and it changed my life. Telling this story here is actually enjoyable for me. I hung out and it changed my life. I forced myself to go to the web, which then becomes social media, the internet's current state. And I was looking at all these little kids. And by the way, this was when tech wasn't all that cool. But they were trying to make it so for us. I had resigned a new winner friend and caught one loser friend. Like, you know what I mean? I know he's been your boy since 4th grade, but he's sitting at home smoking weed and playing 2 can play the game all the day. Like you can only love home so much. If you look around, the 5 people with whom you spend the most time reflect not only who you want to be, but also who you are going to become. So in my opinion, once you've decided that you desire to live a life that reflects every desire you've ever had and that you are capable of living to your full potential, the next step is to choose who you want to surround yourself with, who have the same mindset. Because even if you all have not reached your goals, that will hold you responsible to keep moving forward, and they can pull you in the right direction. And that is very important. Beyond that, I think that the people around you, being very selective of who you put yourself around, is so important, because the people you put yourself around are ultimately going to be your support system destination. This is something actual. Go home, cut one of your loser's friend and find a winner friend. Like someone goes somewhere to meetup.com, join some deal, the 800 people you think are okay. Make sure they are not bullshitting. They are like doing whatever you want, with the exception of making one new friend. It is the real deal, man. It's a genuine confidence that, like hunger, is transmitted from one person to the next. Team dynamics is an example. It's like an extremely good player who sucks shit. A team can be messed up by something like that. Like, adopt your cycle now. Decrease one more loser friend today and add one more winner friend. Thank you for listening. For more videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.